With 3 kids, all growing by the day, we've been feeling the need for a bit more space here for a while. And it doesn't help the fact that I work from home with one of the rooms taken over by my office. And then somebody suggested moving my office into the garden. So we started researching home offices and log cabins, but frankly the choice was daunting. Dozens and dozens of companies offering different styles and different specs, all at wildly different prices. Then we found Creative Living. The cabins look great, the people seemed to really know what they were talking about, and best of all, the prices were seriously competitive. But when I'm making a commitment like this, I want to see more than just a photograph on a website. I want to see exactly what I'm getting for my money. Creative Living have got 2 show villages of their cabins in Surrey, so I went and had a look. And you know, I was really impressed. The cabins not only look great, but I could really see they were built to the kind of standard I was looking for. So then it was just a case of picking which design I wanted, deciding on the size and spec, and placing the order. The planning regulations governing these kind of wooden structures is pretty straightforward, but it's worth making sure there are no potential problems. Once we decided where we wanted ours put, I rang the local planning office, and apart from a requirement to make sure it was more than 2 meters from our boundary, there were no issues. A few weeks after putting in the order, the electrician arrived for a site visit to check out what was needed. And then a week later, the cabin arrived on the back of a lorry along with the team, and construction started. The first part of the process involves putting in the base. The cabin is built on a tannalized timber framework with anti-rot recycled plastic posts cemented into the ground at 1 meter intervals. Once that's done, the real work begins. But the advantage of these cabins being essentially kits is that all the timbers are pre-cut at the factory, so everything fits together properly. And as a result, there's no bodging. It goes up perfectly. I'd imagine that a structure like this would take at least a week to put up, but these boys really know what they're doing. And with the whole thing arriving in kit form, from start to finish, the cabin is up and finished in just 2 days. Amazing. And there it is, done and finished. It's now the middle of winter, so everything around the cabin is looking pretty grey and bare, but once we've had it painted, which we will, with a special preservative paint, and once everything around it has grown and it kind of feels a little bit more part of the landscape, I think it's going to look fantastic. It's difficult to get across just how spacious this cabin feels on the inside. This particular one is 5 meters by 4, which is more than big enough for me. And once I've got it kitted out with furniture, I think it's going to make a great office. So there it is. My only regret is that we didn't do it sooner. I've now got my very own office in the garden, and the whole process couldn't have been simpler. So if you're thinking of having something like this put in your garden, all I would say is, what are you waiting for?